Hello and welcome back to Karen's Nitpicks, my knitting podcast. Today I have a lot of progress to share with you, so I'm really excited. So let's just get into it. So, first things first, I don't actually have any finished objects to share this month. I think in my last episode I did go over some of my gift knits that I had finished, which were the Oslo hats, and then I went into my winter knitting plan, so that was pretty much all I finished in the last month. I have currently 4 whips on my needles right now. They are all pretty progressive. 2 that are pretty much done. That was a lie. Pretty much almost done. Maybe like halfway done at least. So they're in pretty good shape, but yeah, nothing is finished yet because I'm slow and it's fine. I've accepted that I just need a little bit more practice, and the more I knit, the faster I will get at it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just started knitting 3 months ago, so if I'm not like speed knitting, there's nothing wrong with that. So I have a couple things to share today, and then that's it. I mean, it's a pretty chill month. I haven't started any new whips this year. I brought like these 4 projects into 2023 with me, so I'm just gonna take this month, finish them up, and then we'll kind of start onto my winter knitting plans in February, it looks like. So let's get into my first whip. So the first project that is still not finished is actually one of my gift knits. I just was like way over ambitious and did not get to finish it on time. I started it maybe like a little bit, maybe like 6 weeks before Christmas, but because I was doing other gift knits and I still hadn't finished my novice slipover, I just ran out of time basically to finish this one. So, but I let the person who's receiving it know that it's in progress and I'm hoping to have it completely finished by the end of the month. I'm about halfway done at this point, so I think if I just keep doing a little bit every day and, you know, on the weekends I can stay on doing a little bit more, I think this is going to be done in no time. So yeah, so after a very long introduction, this is my Cumberland I always want to say bracelet, even though that's so not what it is. It's my Cumberland Blanket by Kadri. Here she is in all her glory. Thumbnail? That's pretty funny. Okay, anyway. So Cumberland seriously. Cumberland Blanket by Kadri. I'm using Hobbies. I think this is Amigo Chunky yarn in the color Dusty Green. It's this really pretty, like kind of seafoamy, like dusty seafoamy green. It's really pretty and I'm so excited about this. I love the stitch pattern. I think I have said that in every episode that I've mentioned this blanket in. I just love the stitch pattern. I think it's so stunning and it's really nice to knit. It's like, it's very therapeutic knit, I think. It's just knits and purls and pretty easy, kind of mindless to knit on. So I really, really like this. I can't wait to finish it because I'm really excited to see the finished project. It has like, it's supposed to have tassels on it, so I am gonna add the tassels at the end. So far I've used about 9 balls of yarn, and they are, I think, 100-gram balls of yarn, but it's chunky yarn, so I'm gonna use a lot more. I made the blanket a little bit larger than the pattern actually says to. I cast on an extra number of stitches. I didn't actually count how many stitches I added, but I think it's probably about 1.5 times what the original stitch count is supposed to be. So it's pretty decent size, bigger than it was supposed to be, and I'm pretty happy with it, although I think that was my mistake because I probably would have been finished with it or further along with it if I had just done the regular stitch count, but that's my own fault. I'm learning. I'm a beginner. It's fine. So this one is knit on 15 millimeter needles. Let me see. I can never find, oh yeah, 15 millimeter needles, which is pretty chunky, so it makes for kind of a really holy stitch. I think in the future, I mean, I like the way that it looks, but I feel like I would have maybe picked a different yarn for it, because I feel like the yarn is maybe not like the nicest choice for this, but because it was a gift and it's like huge, I wanted to still keep it cost effective because it's a lot of yarn, and then on top of that a lot of man hours, so I didn't want to like have a ton of investment in it, I guess. I also am considering using this pattern for my temperature blanket that I haven't started yet because I need these needles. So yeah, so I don't know, I'm like way behind on that, but I've been tracking the weather every day at least so that I can start it once I finish this, but I'm gonna be a month behind, but whatever. I'm getting way off topic now. So this is a super easy pattern, I think, for a beginner. This is just like also a nice project if you don't have a deadline, because it takes a lot longer than you think it does. It takes me, I mean, when I first started, I think it probably took me like almost 2 hours to go through the 4 rows that repeat throughout the pattern. And I think I'm finally down to now it takes me about an hour to go through those 4 rows, but I mean, if it's a 60-inch blanket, that's a lot of hours. So, you know, it's a little bit more of a time commitment than I think I anticipated, but honestly, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy that I took on this challenge, and I'm super happy with the results so far. So I have about 27 inches completed right now. In the next 2 weeks, I am planning to do the last 33 inches, and then she will be done and she will go into the mail. So I'm so excited about this. I've talked about it a ton though, so that's all I'm going to share at this point, but I can't wait to be finished with this. I'm so excited. My next project that is pretty much almost completed, sort of, is my vanilla sock. Look at her, she's so cute. She's almost done. So my vanilla sock, I'm using the vanilla sock pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady, and she is really like coming along. I love this. I am a sock knitter. I 100% can understand why somebody would not enjoy sock knitting, but I, for one, like, I drank the Kool-Aid. I am a sock knitter. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I've completed my leg. I did the ribbing at the top, completed the leg. I've done my heel flap. I'll show this up closer so you can actually see what I'm talking about, but I did my heel flap, I did the heel turn, and I just finished the gusset, so I am maybe, I don't know, like 4 or 5 rows into the foot section at this point on my first sock. So I haven't completed this one yet. I'm kind of taking my time with it. I love working on this, but I know that like I enjoy it so much that I almost get lost. I feel like when I pick it up, it's really hard for me to put it down. Like if I pick it up right before I'm going to bed, I have to like force myself to put it down and stop knitting so I can go to sleep. So it's such a joy. I'm truly like in love with knitting socks right now. So I think I will have this finished like in, I don't know, next week or so if I don't work on anything else. I mean, probably even this weekend if I didn't pick up anything else, but because I have other projects that I try to spread out in between working on this, it's taking me a little bit longer probably than it should, but I'm so not in a rush with any of my projects right now. I want to just enjoy them, take my time. Everything else except for the blanket is for myself, so I think that takes a lot of the pressure off of it. But I'm getting antsy to actually like wear my finished objects, so yeah, I'm gonna pick up the pace probably just so I can get some use out of them. So let's talk about the yarn. I'm using Hobbies Silly Socks Flower Pop in the color number 4, which is called Peony. It's super washable. It is, I think, let's see, 75% wool, 25% polyamide, 100-gram ball, and it's 400 meters. I am using size 2.25 9-inch circular needles. I love these. I love circular needles like this, teeny tiny circular needles. They are so like dainty to work on and I love it. I would, after using these, like I would literally never knit socks on DPNs. I would never knit socks with magic loop. That is not the vibe for me. Everything, like I need a needle that fits the size of the piece I'm making because I'm getting a little heated. I just do not enjoy magic loop. So yeah, I love the 9-inch circulars. I'm so glad because I think I mentioned that I ended up, like the seller that I ordered these from ended up sending me the wrong pair a bunch of times, so I actually have a ton of different pairs of 9-inch circular needles. So I'm really excited because now I can, you know, use different sock patterns. I have the patterns from Ozetta already, and then I will probably buy some patterns from Petite Knit because I really like the ruffle socks. I think they are so cute. They'll be really nice in the spring when there's like, and I can wear with like cute dresses, loafers or something like that. So I'm excited for, yeah, I have a lot of sock knitting in my future. Anyway, I'm getting so off track. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about this. I'm gonna probably try to finish it soon and then cast on the second sock right away because I want to have my first finished pair of socks pretty much. A couple of things about the pattern that maybe I just haven't gotten to yet, but I noticed like on the section where you split for the heel flap, like I have a big hole, which I think she says she tells you how to fix it. So that's one thing I'm noticing. And then the spots where my stitch markers are, I just have a lot of laddering, which I believe I can fix like in the future when I'm starting them by just shifting the stitch marker one over every time, every couple of rounds or so. So I think I will do that next time because I think it's pretty noticeable, at least for now, but maybe once I wash and block them it will be a little bit better. But yeah, so I love these. It's self-striping yarn also. I love it. I think it's fun. I personally think I would probably want to have a lot more like solid color socks in my wardrobe. So I have red sock yarn that I'm going to use, and then I want to buy like pretty much all of the fun colors, and then I want to do like more neutral socks also. But I do think the self-striping yarn is like fun just to have laying around when you're like, I just want to work on something that's fun. I think it's just great. So I think I am also gonna buy the Sock Ease yarn from Lion Brand. I saw that Amy from Knee Knits just purchased it, and I really liked one of the colorways she had purchased. So I think I'm gonna buy that probably and just kind of keep it in my stash. I've decided that the only yarn I'm gonna keep in my stash that's not for like a full project is gonna be stock yarn, because I feel like it's a great kind of like break, I guess, from doing more intricate or longer patterns. So yeah, so that's what I'm planning on. So this is almost done. I can't wait. Hopefully the next time this will be completely finished so I can show you one half of a finished object. My next whip is my Balaclava No. 1. It's hard to show because it's kind of like at an awkward point in my knitting. Yeah, it's gonna be a balaclava. I have a lot of faith in this. So this is Balaclava No. 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It only comes in one size, which I think is fine with the yarn that I'm using. It blocked out really nicely, so I think it will be fine even if it's like, it feels like it's a little bit small right now for my head size. It's hard to show with my bun, but like it seems a little small right now, but I think it will block out fine, so I'm not concerned. I am using, this is Sandnes Garn Sunday, and it's in the color Banana, Dusty Banana, no, regular banana. And then I am using is Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in the color Dusty Banana. And I think they pair really nicely together. I love the color that I've got. I really wanted a yellow balaclava, and this is like the perfect example of what I wanted. The mohair is really nice. It's super, super soft, very comfortable. I don't think I'm gonna feel irritated with the mohair when it's like close to my face. I feel like it's fine. And of course, I love the stitch pattern, and I think I've mentioned this several times already, but I can't get enough of this stitch pattern. It's beautiful. I love it. I think in the pattern she calls it a patterned rib, but it's super cool. I love it so much. And I've seen her, I think she has another, or somebody else maybe has another sweater. I've seen pants in this stitch pattern, and I just love it. I think it's so beautiful. So, and it's fun to knit. This is a project that it's very hard to pick up, but once I'm in it, I'm like really enjoying it. So that's kind of how I feel. So right now I'm at the point, I just kind of finished the top of the head part, and then I picked up stitches on the sides to start going like down the side of my head. And so I have to do a pretty good amount. I have to do like 14 centimeters on this, something like that, before 14 centimeters more than I've already done, before I then like connect it underneath my chin, and then I guess knit in the round the rest of the time. So yeah, she's really coming along. I'm so excited, and I love this pattern. It's taking me a while, definitely, because I think I cast this on sometime in December, maybe early December, and this is as far as I've gotten, but once it's finished, I think it's going to get a lot of use. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this. I think I've talked about it quite a few times, but I'm looking forward to finishing this one. So that's it. So last but not least is my sweater number 23. I have had some issues with this project. It has given me a little bit of grief, I will admit, but we made it through, and I think we're in a good place now. We have a good relationship again. So if you follow me on Instagram, I will share my username up here somewhere, maybe this side, I'm not sure yet. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen my stories where I was working on this one night, and there's the section I was doing was you have to do 20 rows just in plain stockinette stitch, and you're working flat, so you're doing knits and purls. And I had just finished my 20th row. I was starting on the next section when I looked down and I realized that I thought I had dropped a stitch and I could just fix it. But when I took the stitch out and realized what was happening, I noticed that no, I hadn't dropped a stitch. I had actually picked up an extra stitch. So when I unraveled it, there was no stitch to pick up. It was just the ladder in between my knit stitches that was super extended, and there was literally no fixing it. There was nothing I could do to fix this. And I was horrified because after 20 rows of work, I realized that I had to unravel up to my second row. So essentially all of the work that I did on this project, I had to unravel that day. And so we did not have a good time after that. This little guy went into timeout for about a week because I could not stand to look at it. But I worked on it the other night, and we're back in a good place. We're on speaking terms. And now we're fine. And I'm ready to keep working on this. But it was rough. We went through a really rough patch at that point. So this is my sweater number 23 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I just finished the back panel for my sweater. And I love this. I am really impressed that this is knitting up as quickly as it is. And I think it's a testament to probably the yarn. I think the yarn is making the biggest difference, because I think it's only knit on like 5mm needles, which is pretty good size, but it's not like that large of a needle. So it's pretty like average size needle, but the yarn is really nice and chunky where it's going by pretty quickly. So I love this. The yarn that I'm using is La Mana Como Grande and La Mana Premia for the silk mohair that is held with it. And Como Grande is merino wool, I think. And I'm using the color Kiwi because I saw someone on Instagram test knit this in this color and I fell in love, so I immediately ordered the yarn. So that's where we're at right now. So I am at the part, so I finished the back panel, I'm at the part where I'm gonna pick up the shoulder stitches here, which you can't really see because I'm so far from the camera, but I'm gonna pick up these shoulder stitches and then I can start working the front of the yoke and then eventually connect in the round, but we're not there yet. And so far, like, I love this. I love the way the fabric feels so far. It blocked really nicely when I did my gauge swatch, so I'm excited to see like that fabric come to life. I love the color. I really, really wanted something in this kind of like funky, mossy green. So, I mean, this is like what a kiwi looks like, you know, like this is true kiwi color. And I love that. So I'm so excited to get this. going. I have my bottom body stitches on a barber cord right now, and I'm so glad that I got these because it's just super handy for this part of my project. And I mean, what else is there to say about this? So far, this project has been really easy and comfortable. As a pretty beginner level knitter, I didn't feel like this was too difficult. There was nothing that I couldn't look up a video tutorial on, which was really helpful. Like these increases on the shoulder that make a really nice shoulder detail were a little bit tricky because there is a part where you purl through the back loop, which I didn't know how to do. So that was definitely a little bit trickier when I was working on the wrong side, but I was able to pick it up really easily, and it was perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this pattern. It's a very quick knit, which is really nice, and I feel like once I get going, like in the body section, it'll be very nice to knit on and an easy project to just kind of relax with. So yeah, I'm very excited about this, and I can't wait to wear it. I really hope I finish it by the end of the month because I'd love to get to wear this. Also, one thing that I recently learned and implemented on this project is I learned how to join a new ball of yarn and like weave in the ends at the same time. I think I watched a video from Easy as Knit on Instagram. They made like a reel with it, and it was super helpful. I was able to do it quite successfully, if I do say so myself, so that was super handy, and I'm glad I was able to learn, you know, more than one new technique while working on this project. So yeah, so that's it for all of my finished objects. That was a big fat lie. That is all for my whips this month. So yeah, I have a couple of acquisitions, just stuff that I got for Christmas, so let me go grab those. So the next couple of things that I have are acquisitions. I got a couple of things for Christmas, so I'm going to share those with you. The first thing is I got a yarn winder and a Swift. I'm so freaking excited that I was able to get these. So the Swift is in here. I'm not going to take it out because it is a little bit annoying to get back in here, but it's just a regular wooden Swift? Plastic? I don't remember, but it's a Swift. It's a Swift. And then I got the yarn winder here. It's so good. Look at that. Yeah, I asked for this for Christmas from my boyfriend's mom, and she actually was able to get it, which was really nice. I'm so glad to have this because of my next acquisition that I'll show you. I've ordered a couple of I ordered some yarn, and they came in like hanks that have to be caked up, and I was like, I don't want to do that by hand. That seems so tedious. So I asked for the yarn winder, and I got it. So I just got this on Amazon, like out of convenience, and because I think a lot of the yarn stores, like right before Christmas, were not shipping things very quickly. So I just wanted to make sure that I was able to get it on time, and I did, which was great. And to go along, or not to go along, but like in kind of conjunction with the yarn winder that I got, I ordered the yarn for my temperature blanket. Well, actually, my boyfriend got me the yarn for my temperature blanket for Christmas, so I have those. So this is the yarn that I got. This is only two because I only have so many hands to hold it, but the brand is Baracco. It's the vintage chunky yarn. It's 100% wool, and it looks like it is machine washable, which is cool. Oh no, I lied. It's 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon, which is nice. So I'm going to use these for my temperature blanket, and I'm very excited. So these are how they come, like in the mail, and then I started to cake some of them up because I was like, I'm going to be able to start it on time, and then I totally did not get to start it on time. So I got like 9 different colors, and I really like it. It's super soft. I like that it's a acrylic and wool blend. I think it makes it really comfortable, and it'll be great for a blanket that's gonna get a lot of use in our apartment. So I'm super happy with these, and I got the colors are really nice in person. So I got like a white one. I got a couple shades of blue for the cold months. The red is for like the summer. I also have more like green and blue. The green is for like the spring. The green and yellow is for the spring. And then the purple is for the summer as well. Like this is for like if it's ever above 90 degrees, which it is not often. Well, maybe it is. Oh no, I think this is if it's, I don't remember. I can't remember what my scale was, but yeah. So got a bunch of yarn for my temperature blanket. I'm really excited to start working on it, and hopefully I can do that soon, as soon as I finish the other blanket. So we'll see. Hopefully I won't be too far behind. So the last thing that I got is the Colorwork Bible, which is just a knitting book, and it goes over how to start knitting color work for a beginner. I do have it, but it's in the other room, and I can't go grab it right now because my boyfriend is working. But I do have it, so I'll just put a picture up here so you can see what I'm talking about. I just ordered it on Amazon because I was placing an order anyway, so I was like, oh, I'll just get it. It was not super expensive, maybe like $17, something like that. And I read the first couple of chapters so far, and it's super insightful. It was really cool reading about like the color wheel and what all of the terms mean. I started reading about stripes and like how to choose colors for color work, so it was really exciting. I have one project that I'm excited to work on. It's a color work project, and I have the yarn for it already. I just basically have to cake it up and start, and I think I'm going to film that video basically as like a vlog style video where you kind of follow along with me knitting the whole thing, so you'll see the process start to finish pretty much. Yeah, I'm really excited about that opportunity to knit a color work project. I also, if you watch my winter knitting plans, I have the Marseille sweater on my winter knitting plans, which is also color work, you know, because if you're changing colors, right, you're doing color work. So that would have been my first project, but this one I feel like I kind of like just vibe with a little bit more, and I wanted to film the whole process, so I'm gonna start that one first. And really, like, that's it. That's all I've got for you this podcast. So today's episode is hopefully not super long. I'm excited to keep knitting. This will be my first full year of knitting, and there's a lot of room for growth for me. I'm looking forward to learning a lot of new things and trying out different projects, more advanced projects, and just sharing that journey with you guys. So if you are still watching and you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, let me know what your favorite part was, or what you're working on, or anything that you are thinking about starting in the future. I would love to know. And yeah, we can just kind of chat and see where it goes. So yeah, let me know. So like, comment, subscribe. You can hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified whenever I post a new video. And I guess that's it. So yeah, I think we'll just end it here, and I'll chat with you next time. Hopefully I'll actually have some finished objects to share. So that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.